guys, and welcome back. It is Jaffmaster Flash. How are you all doing today? This is race 12. We are at the Hungaroring, and this is season 2 career mode. So, looking and seeing the results of qualifying, it looked like I absolutely annihilated Hamilton. However, I was using a dry setup and pretty much carbon copy of Hockenheim. I couldn't get a decent lap, and then with like 3 minutes left of the session, I went out and put in a blinder. So I decided not to use a wet setup for this race, and what a huge mistake that was. It was the biggest mistake of my life. However, I'm not going to say that this race was as difficult as China or Shanghai in the wet. However, what I will say was this is probably the worst race I've ever driven. Not the hardest, but the worst. It was a nightmare. It really was a nightmare. Managed to go out on a set of softs that I qualified on. As qualifying was dry, but I didn't change the tyres when qualifying on the qualifying softs and then on mediums. Hamilton is on a different strategy to me. He is on the mediums to soft. However, at the end of the end of the race, something very bizarre happened that I've never seen happen before. So you guys are going to have to stick around to see what happened. But it was absolutely bizarre. And I was a quarter of this race through, and I could not wait for this race to be over. I really couldn't. The Hungaroring is not a favourite of mine anyway. And yeah, it's just hella difficult, really difficult. But the race had to be done, and yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but they've got to be done. Everybody has those bogey circuits, and this one is definitely mine. But what's bugging me the most is the last 2 races, I've not been able to put a decent qualifying lap together until the very end. I think in Q1 I managed to qualify P6, then Q2 it was like P3. I mean, even Weber and Vettel are quicker than me, or were quicker than me, and their cars are about a second slower than mine and Hamilton's due to all the upgrades that I have on the car, which is bizarre. Which is really bizarre. I mean, even Hamilton qualified me in Q2 on the medium tyres. You just think that, wow, you know, even the tyres are, the soft tyres are second, 1.2 seconds quicker than the mediums, but still out-qualified, which is strange, absolutely bizarre. I think I'm going to need a lot more practice to rectify that situation, because it's annoying. It's annoying me, because I'd like to think that with every race that goes by, I'm learning and getting a little better, whereas qualifying is showing something completely different. But the Hungaroring, in my opinion, is a difficult circuit. Crofty said it right at the beginning, where it's very much like Monaco. Nice big fat 11s from the formation lap, which I hope that the more rubber you drop down, yes, on one hand it wastes the tyres, but on the other I hope it gives me grip. But it did in Hockenheim, or I believe it did in Hockenheim. Like almost out 3, 4, 5, and boom, went away. Loads of wheel spin. I got bogged down so much. Had the worst start ever. As you can see, I'm already down in P4. And that's just pretty much how the Hockenheim ring went. Hungary side by side with Sainz. Hamilton's in front of the medium tyres, so I managed to pull out in front of Sainz, and yeah, P3, and that's pretty much all she wrote. Well, poor start, and that just compounded and just added to my frustration. I should have known, I should have definitely started on the intermediate tyres. But hey, hindsight's a wonderful thing. Weber is way out in front. Those guys off the start, honestly, they're like lightning. It's so quick. Straight away, if I qualify in P1, Hamilton normally qualifies in P2, then it's normally either Vettel or Weber, and the minute the lights go green, they dart straight up the middle, and they're so quick off the start. And as you can see, look how far Weber is out in front. But anyway, guys, that is almost lap 1 done of Hungary. I really hope you will. I really hope you enjoy this wet, fully wet race. Something really strange happens at the end of this race, and I'd like to know down in the comments below if you guys have ever experienced something like this. Absolutely bizarre, but I'm not complaining. But anyway, hope you have a great day, guys, and I shall catch you in the next video. Bye.
Aren't improving. It's your choice as to whether you want to fit the wets next time you come in. Weber ahead, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 31.3, you're falling back by around 1.2 seconds a lap. Second place, you're in second place. Weber's just ahead. Push for the position. The gap to the car ahead is 3.6 seconds. They're on old softs. Our gap behind is 1.6 seconds. Your pit window opens next lap. 15 laps still remaining. sat in P2. Weber is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 3.6 seconds. They're on old softs. Norris behind. The gap to the car behind is 1.9 seconds. They're on old softs. Your pit window opens next lap. 15 laps still remaining. Box. We're coming in this lap. Okay, we can take you this lap. Sat in P2, Weber ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 2.3 seconds. They're on old softs. Norris behind. Okay, the gap behind is 3.4 seconds. They're on old softs. Your pit window is open. Pit window is open. 14 laps to go. Release. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres. We need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake. 10th position. Weber is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 1.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Kubica is behind you. The gap to the car behind is 4.6 seconds. They're on old softs. Okay, gap to leader, 13.6 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 12 laps to go. Has boxed for the mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre. Nice work, that brings you up a place. Lewis is ahead of you, they're on old mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:33.2. You're gaining by 1.6 seconds a lap. Second place, you're in second place. Lewis ahead, okay. Gap ahead is 10.6 seconds. They're on old mediums. Weber behind, they're on fresh mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. 9 laps to go. boots aren't looking too warm at this point. We should have plenty of life left in them. Let's make sure we keep managing them properly. The tyre situation is pretty touch and go right now. We think the slicks may still be quicker, but it's very close, and you're going to struggle to keep them in the temperature window. The inters are ready when you need them. Ahead, they're on old mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:32.7. You're gaining by around 6/10 a lap. This light rain is going to be with us for a while now. Not sure whether dries or inters are faster. We're right on the crossover. You're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Keep pushing. Is ahead of it. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 13 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:33.1. We're gaining by around 2/10 per lap. Some information on Butler. They are out of the race. You're sat in P2. Lewis ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 7.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Weber is behind you. The gap behind us is 3.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 4 laps remaining.
Is ahead of it. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 16 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:33.6. You're gaining by 1/10 a lap. Yellow flags ahead. No overtaking through the caution zone. Be careful until you see the greens.
This is your final lap of the race. Okay, clear. Lewis has dropped out of the race. You worked hard for that one. Congratulations.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Joker increases their championship lead. Now let's discuss, Ants, who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Carlos Sainz would be my first choice for this race. He had excellent race stamina, giving him the opportunity to charge through the ranks.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The current championship leaders still hold top spot, but that gap is getting smaller. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.